few minutes, but not really too long because there's Baldur's Gate 3 is actually being downloaded right now, and the plan is to go ahead and play that. Although, unfortunately, it looks like Video Capture Device 2 has to be deactivated and reactivated. Activate. Activate. Now it's just telling me that it's a black screen because, well, it is, because that's what's going on. And now my Twitch dashboard has fallen onto my phone, and yeah. Ah! Notifications! Notifications, no breathing, don't give up. If I cut me, I'm bleeding. I'm losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm fine. Nothing is alright. Alright, sweet. We got the multi-chat, we got everything going, and we're going to just go ahead and start last in the sprint here because I genuinely do not care about what happens. I have like a 130-point lead, and I'm just trying to bust out a real fast, quick win the Drivers' Championship, get out, go to playing Baldur's Gate. I have yet to actually play Baldur's Gate for real. Um, I don't have any achievements on there. Vertical output. Close. You know what? I don't know. I genuinely don't know, but I do know that I'm in horizontal and vertical output, and that was great. Both video capture devices need to be activated and deactivated again. Deactivate, activate. Deactivate, activate. Um, Deactivate, activate. I might have to actually just start doing this through the laptop. That actually might be a thing that happens where I do this through the laptop because of just the way that the laptop has more RAM. The laptop's got 32 gigs of RAM. This has got 16 and 8 of VRAM. Laptop has obviously no VRAM. VRAM's cool. I was gonna buy 64 gigs of RAM at Best Buy the other day, but it was $1,000, and I crashed out because what do you mean it was $1,000 for RAM, for DRAM, for DDR5? It was $1,000 for 64 gigabytes. Oh wow, I crashed. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to crash, but that's fine. Um, yeah, I don't like crashing, but at this point, I'm probably just going to win the championship real easy, barely an inconvenience of anybody. I played out on longer races for a while because it was fun to manipulate. I gotta update the difficulty because I'm playing on low difficulty here to do this starting from the rear stuff. You can't really start from the rear on high difficulty. It doesn't go. It doesn't work. No delivery delays. Give Ultra. I have Ultra. I just paid for it last week. Obviously, I have Ultra. If I didn't have Ultra, I wouldn't be able to multi-stream to 3 different outlets: TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch, which is super cool. Um, Pretty excited about New Year's coming up. Cameos have kind of slowed down because I haven't been viral lately, but that's okay. Still made over 500 bucks on Cameo this month, which is bloody epic. The battle pass is doing okay. Been uploading to YouTube, getting close to that 3,000 hour mark. I'm 1,099 hours away from the 3,000 hour mark, so 2,099 hours away from the 4,000 hour mark. So in theory, I could end up monetized by the end of next month, depending on how streaming goes, depending on how videos go, depending on what I do in terms of other videos. And I'm pretty excited to see how it goes because there's plenty of things that I could do. Today's stream is only going to be about an hour, just as an FYI, because there's really not much. This is really more me testing out the technology, the camera angles, and everything, and also trying to get this real quick achievement to win the World Drivers' Championship while I wait for BG3 to download. Then I'm going to go in, learn how to play Baldur's Gate 3, figure out the first little spot, then go in and make a new guy. Um, Usually, when I play role playing games, like in TTRPGs, how do you stream? How do you spell? What? I stream via Streamlabs. I stream on Streamlabs, and I use a capture card for the video games. Capture cards are really cool. They allow you to actually capture the game that you're playing, film it onto your computer, or stream it live to all of these platforms. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I stream that way. I stream. I pay $28 a month for Streamlabs Premium because it does a few things for me. One, it allows me to stream this way and record the stream so that I could potentially have a friend of mine go ahead and um, check it for clips to upload, which is pretty cool. I've been trying to stream. I'm trying to stream once a day for an hour, starting today. But obviously, life happens. Why are you asking how do I spell? That's a question that doesn't make any sense. Um, but also, no, you're not who I think you are. A couple of letters off from who I thought you are. If you were who I thought you are, you definitely would have been leaving a comment asking somebody how they spell. But yeah, streaming's fun. Really excited about just the way Texas Motors or Circuit of the Americas here is in the United States Grand Prix for the F1 game, because in the NASCAR 25 game it's terrible. Hello, CJ Perry H7D. How are you? It is genuinely one of the worst racetracks. Well, all of the road courses in NASCAR 25 are terrible if you're driving on a controller, and unfortunately, it's an arcade racing simulator, so most of us are gonna be driving on a controller, and unfortunately, that's just the way it is. You drive on a controller. I'd like to have a wheel. I don't have space for a wheel. I don't know where I'd put the wheel because I can't put the wheel right in the computer desk because then how am I going to use the computer? I could put a different desk over here, and that's a whole different thing. But yeah, and I've won the sprint. We've won the sprint, and that is Victor Martin winning the Formula One MSC Cruises United States Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas, along with Driver of the Day. We won't be qualifying either, because instead of qualifying, I've decided that we're starting Talon Charlie for the rest of the season. Why? Because it makes it more fun and challenging. Mm. There's more action yet to come this weekend on Sky F1. You actually get a achievement for getting to 99 overall in driver career, which I think is really cool. That's a thing. Because and it's with any driver, so it's any of your drivers who get to 99 overall, you get an achievement on Xbox or a trophy on PlayStation, and that's we always love trophies and achievements and all of those things. Experience is only a 66. Ah. All right, we're going to start shotgun on the field here at Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas, United States Grand Prix. Once again, Naomi Schiff on the commentary box. Naomi Schiff's a very interesting Formula One pundit. I like her. Not to say I dislike her. It's just she's interesting in that she doesn't often have the exact same takes that everybody else does, and I think that's genuinely cool when somebody has a different take than the other people. Isaac Hadjar. Isaac Hadjar. Do, 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 do. Isaac Hadjar. And Bortolello. Bortolello. Oh dear. And then that's what was that? Was that Hadjar trying to crash into me? The basic Cash App Racing Bulls have 5 points on the season. Mercedes right now is um, working towards winning the constructors championship, although Victor Martins is doing much better than Andreas Kimi Antonelli. Andreas Kimi Antonelli is a very interesting guy. He's doing okay. He is unfortunately not doing as well as I would like him to do. Achievement hunting on games is super fun because I like when number go up. Um, so I actually recently got the game Stardew Valley, which I guess when you get good at it, it's mostly just build farm, number go up. Coming by Alonso, Piastri, Hulkenberg, and Andres. Andreas Kimi Antonelli, who was actually in high school last year for the first part of the year, where he had to literally leave the Formula One grid at times to go and take his A levels. Just wild. All right, let's see if I can get by my teammate without crashing him. Although, do I kind of want to crash him because I've taken the secret meetings. I've taken the secret talks with Red Bull because I'm definitely going to take the job at Red Bull next season. They have a much better program for their car than we do, which is fine that they do. And I very much enjoy that they have a better car than us because my plan is to do a 1 year deal with Red Bull and then come back and then sign a multi-year deal when I'm closer to 94, 95 overall with Ferrari. Um, so that way I can see if I can fix Ferrari. The question is, can you fix Ferrari? And I think the answer is no, not without Enzo. And unfortunately, Enzo's been dead for a while. And with Enzo being dead, I don't think there's any hope for Ferrari. So there's plenty of stuff that we've got to do to try to figure out what to do about Ferrari. Um, Remember, Enzo actually started as a race car driver, and then he went and, after the war, he was making cars for racing, and then the rules basically said you have to make road cars, so he made Ferraris, and people bought Ferraris. And there's a whole bunch of rules about Ferraris. My favorite rule about Ferrari is that if you want to buy a new Ferrari, you have to have already purchased 3 used Ferraris. And there's rules about your Ferraris. There's rules about what you can do to your Ferrari, when you can get maintenance on your Ferrari, how you can drive your Ferrari. Hamilton's got the fastest lap of the race, but I should get it back from him. There are only 2 employees of Ferrari in the entire world that are allowed to drive road Ferraris, and it's their Formula One drivers, which right now is Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. So Arthur Leclerc, despite being a Ferrari employee, can't drive a Ferrari outside of the Formula One race weekend, which is just sad, just absolutely sad that that's the case. Because little brother of Charles Leclerc, Ferrari driver, wants to drive his brother's Ferrari and he can't because he's a Ferrari employee. That and I doubt Charles would. Whoa! Keep my average wear under 11. Oh, ew! I'm not gonna be able to push. No, 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 no. No, we're pushing. I'm gonna push hard. I don't actually care about this one. I genuinely don't care about that objective. It's a silly objective. It's my MFD, 132 degrees Celsius. Oh, actually, huh. So it looks like we have some pretty bad wear early in the lap, and then we go, and we're okay through here. We shouldn't have much wear through here. This is a straight portion. Maybe a little bit of wear, little bit of wear, little bit of wear. We're going to have some major wear through here. Not much wear through here. 1.3 laps left. Not much through here if we lift and coast. And now I can push 1.3 laps left. Lift and coast here. Probably going to get around Leclerc. Controller batteries are low. No, you're an evil controller. If your batteries die, I will eat you. I will literally eat the controller. I mean, I don't mean literally, but it would be funny if I did. All right, we're going to get by Leclerc here, and we're going to pass the tire wear on the first lap. Let's see what we can do on the second lap. And keep tire wear under what? Under 11%? I don't know. There's no way to do that. Push. Just push. I just gotta push. There was no way to do that after I went off track. Wouldn't be able to complete the second lap 2 seconds back of Hamilton. Um, I think we can beat Hamilton here. I genuinely think we can get to Hamilton. How does a bastard, orphan, son of a whore and a Scotsman, dropped in the middle of a forgotten island in the Caribbean, grow up by providence and power to be a hero and a scholar? Something or another. Yeah, I am the ALEXANDER. We are meant to be a colony that runs independently. Oh, that's because it's for each tire. If I can keep. Okay. Oh, trying to get by Lewis here. Oh, that's going to be interesting because it's going to help with race. Oh, shoot. Yeah, okay, that's fine, but I was pushing hard to get by Lewis there, and that's totally okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Coming by Hamilton, and that's going to be the white flag, and I've got DRS. Remember, DRS is no longer a thing in Formula One after the conclusion of the 2025 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Oh, that was not as easy as I thought it would be. COTA is a very, very interesting racetrack. Lewis is not going to have DRS on me in the second DRS zone, as I was able to make a very easy pass on him. Excelente. Oh, and I've got a very severe wear on the right front tire at 16%. Not loving that. Absolutely not loving that, but it is what it is. As I'm now purple in Sector 1. Purple in Sector 1. Purple in Sector 1. I'm purple in Sector 1. Let's check Sector 2. It should be coming up sure. Well, actually, no. Sector 2 comes up at about the minute mark. For Sector 1, Sector 1, Sector 1, I was purple, and we're coming into Sector 2. We're coming into Sector 2. We're coming into, and I'm green in Sector 2. Best lap of the lap so far in Sector 2. Let's see what we can do in Sector 3. We could probably get Sector 3 in the whole lap purple. And we can be purple, purple, purple. We love purple. I love purple. Purple is great. I love being purple. It's time to be purple. We love purple. I want to be purple. Like no Pokemon ever Pokemon. The Pokemon is my real favorite Pokemon. That's the fastest lap of the race. I am the world drivers champion. What a drive! What a season! Oh, that's amazing. Now am I going to get my car, my achievement? Another one, the new world drivers champion is Victor Martins. Another entry added to that list of sports most prestigious drivers. Yeah, here's our winner, Victor Martins. So now I can just mess around and do whatever I want at the rest of the race. I can get disqualified at every race if I want to. I can crash Max Verstappen at every race if I want to. He crashed me, so I crashed him back. What? That's actually the title of a book that's about the 1979 NASCAR season. Pretty good book. Highly, highly recommend you get it. It's a very, very good book. Mercedes are on top once again. I And that's a win for Mercedes. Absolutely wonderful. Ah, absolutely wonderful when that's the case. I love that. I love when Mercedes is happy and very good things are happening because Mercedes is my favorite team. They gave Lewis his shot for years, which was amazing. And I've hit the wrong button. I've got to go back on YouTube here and go ahead and click on that. Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again when the beating Of your heart echoes the beating of the drums. There is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. Will you join in our crusade? Who will be strong and stand with me? Beyond the barricade, is there a world you long to see? Then join in the fight that will give you the right to be free. Do you hear the people sing, singing the song of angry men? It is the music of the people who will not be slaves again. Rating rivalry, I have beaten Pierre Gasly. I've gotten the achievement MVP, which is a rare achievement. I don't know what it is actually. Won the Drivers' Championship. Woo! But multiple achievements right there. Got up to an 87 overall driver rating. Super excited about that. I absolutely love what I'm seeing right now. I love what I'm seeing. There's 5 races to go. Number 1, World Drivers' Champion. Remember, the previous year's champion has the right to wear number 1 until the end of the season. You don't get to actually wear number 1 until the beginning of the next season, which is fine. Having me having me with Pierre Gasly again, even though I'm literally the World Drivers' Champion. Oh, let's advance to the Mexico City Grand Prix and see what happens. Plenty of stuff could happen from that. I don't know at this point. Go to race weekend. What? Fubar, what? Thankfully, my stream does not contain any product placements or anything. Because honestly, if it did, that would be sad. I mean, as much as I'd really like to have a sponsorship at some point, but I don't really know anybody who'd want to sponsor me right now. I just simply due to the fact that my reach on my short form posts are my biggest, and my long short form stuff isn't the biggest yet. But we're working on that. And there's plenty of stuff happening with it. Here we go. I think actually I might play some chess later today. That would be fun. Title it "Watch Me Lose at Chess" or something. I've been playing chess pretty okay. I've been on a 70% win, 40% loss over the last 2 weeks, which has been actually pretty good. I think. I think. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not very great at chess. I'm like a 800 rapid on. No, I'm a 800 classical, and I'm like a 400 rapid on chess.com. The 800 classical is my rating from when I was a kid. At the U.S. United States Chess Federation when I went to the Scholastic Championships. Nah, I'm not going to use rerun. I'm going to try to get disqualified. I am absolutely going to try to get as many penalties as I can this race because it'll be funny. Let's see what penalties I can get. All right, we haven't illegally done anything there. I'm going to go here off the racetrack. No, 3 second time penalty. Corner cutting gained a place. Hello, Batty 206 Slay. How are you? We are having fun here playing some F1 while Baldur's Gate 3 downloads from the cloud to get onto the gaming system for me to actually go ahead and play for the first time for real to try to do a whole playthrough, which I think is going to be exciting. I just won the Drivers' Championship So now I'm just messing around, seeing what kind of nonsense I can get up to here in the last couple of Grand Prix, including potentially I may destroy my engine in the last one. Illegal overtake on Antonelli, hand position back. Nah, get DSQ'd the following week, but not from the championship because obviously that would be horrible. If we're disqualifying you from the championship based on actions after you've won it, and I'd be like, that makes no sense. Okay, DRS is now available. DRS is available. I wanna be a DRS train like no DRS train ever was. To DRS train is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will DRS train on the track all day bloody long. That'll be funny and we'll see what happens as we have all day. I'm just, actually, he should get the penalty there. I'm going to try to see what I can do with Hamilton. Hamilton, nothing there. Hamilton, Verstappen. Hamilton, let's see if I can get Verstappen. Yep, got Verstappen. Maximum Verstappen. Got Leclerc and Norris. Leclerc and Norris ahead. Okay, pretty exciting to see what those two can do for me. Because I genuinely don't know what those two are going to do in terms of what I'm going to do to this race. We've got coming on 3 to go here. Because remember, math is weird. Racing has no racing has no concept of zero. Lando Norris fastest at a 123, me fastest at a 121.8. Avoid leaving the circuit for a lap. Okay, I can actually do that at this circuit. There's a few circuits where I absolutely couldn't do it. Zandvoort was one of them, and so was Spa. Zandvoort and Spa, I absolutely could not avoid going off the circuit. Even with maximum assists on, I just could not. And Spa was weird because I've never had problems with that in the previous games. But in this game, I've had, and it was weird that it happened like that because very rarely do I have a problem with Spa. I mean, Zandvoort I've always had a problem with. It's my Formula One version of Dover and Pocono. Uh, Pocono, I've gotten a lot better at Dover in the last few years of NASCAR games, but Pocono, I've won less than 20 races in 22 years of NASCAR video games, 23 years of NASCAR video games. My first one was Thunder '03, and I just straight up did not win at Pocono for years. I was put on easy mode. I would try and do the long run. I would try to do the thing where you cheat the fuel mileage. It didn't work. It just didn't work, and it was awful. And I hated it, and I still hate that racetrack. I genuinely don't like that racetrack in real life either. I think it's horrid, but it is what it is. And yeah, it is what it is. But yeah. Now tomorrow is New Year's Eve, so not sure what the day consists of for me with that. Potentially going to have some fun, potentially going to do nothing. It really all depends on what the day. Here we go is. Here we go, waffle cone. Here we go, waffle cone. I want a waffle cone. Excuse me. One thing that's I'm wondering about is what the Mariners are going to do at third base because as of right now we do not have a third baseman. Last year we trotted out Ben Williamson for a while, and then he got sent down to AAA because we traded for Eugenio Suarez, which was a great move for the clubhouse, but not a good move for the actual production on the field. Sure, he hit over 50 homers. Him and Cal each had over 50. Mariners had a bunch of 30 homer guys. Problem was that Mariners that Gino does not hit well at T-Mobile Park, and with that, there's a lot to think about what we can learn from him and what we can learn from everybody else with WRC Plus and park adjusted things because WRC Plus is based on average, but your WRC plus can be also you can calculate a WCR plus for somebody at in an individual game in an individual stadium. There's plenty of stuff you can do with WRC plus. I'm pretty sure it's calculus. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. I've just gotten an email or a text message that I don't want. I don't know, but it is weird. It's weird. I don't like it. I think after this I might switch over to NASCAR for a few minutes. I was streaming online racing the other day, which was hilarious. Actually, competing online is something that I do need to do on this race, on this game, for some achievements. I don't really love competing online in racing games. What I ended up doing on the NASCAR game was competing online in a two-person lobby, and then just wrecking the other guy at Bristol. Which was not the best move, but it was funny because he messaged me "fuck you" on Xbox, which I forgot that you could actually message people on Xbox. Man, it's the evil fire department. The fire department is evil. You know, how do you even still have an account, bro? That's genuinely quite disturbing that you have an account. Um, all right, let's move on to the next video, the next portion. All right. I wanna be the very best, like no pony ever ponied. Alright, I need to go to the regular one. We can figure that out. Capybara. Capybara, 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 capybara. Capybara. Capybara, 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 capybara. Capybara. Capybara, 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 capybara. Capybara, 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 capybara. 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 Capybara, 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 capybara. Capybara. Capybara, 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 capybara. Capybara, capybara. Capybara, bara, capybara. Capybara, bara, capybara. Capybara, bara, capybara. Capybara, capybara. Capybara, capybara. Capybara, 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 capybara. Capybara, 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 capybara. Capybara. Capybara, 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 capybara. What do we have next? What do we have next? Um, where did it go? Editor. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Oh, okay, I can't toggle there. Well, recordings. Hmm, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Nah, we're not going to Brazil. I don't feel like going to Brazil right now. We can go to Brazil later. We'll go to Brazil later. Home. Let's see what else we've got. We've got NASCAR 25. Let's see what we can do with that. 15 of 70. It's what is it? It's um, 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 um it's where Texas. Ugh, Texas. Oh God, no! Circuit of the Americas. No, I don't want to. No. Oh God, no! This is horrible. That is genuinely horrible. That is genuinely, genuinely horrible. I don't know why we would do that. Why would I do that to myself? I'll never do. Oh my God, no! That's horrible. Championship. Start new season. Cup Series. Full season, regular season, half season, crown jewel, short. Um, you know what? I'll do a regular season and see what I can do here. And I will play as. Who do I want to play as? I'll play as Denny Hamlin. Unfortunately, Denny Hamlin's father passed away. Yes. Oh, yeah. Settings. I did not want to do 100% race. Hello, Cole Penguin. How are ya? Our gameplay. Save. How are you doing today? I'm gonna just go ahead and race this Daytona 500 for a little bit, see how that goes. I'm gonna plan some plan. I would do the regular mode, the portrait mode, because the one where it's the regular mode, because the up and down one is not working correctly, unfortunately. Excuse me. I'm gonna go ahead and skip practice. We're gonna advance to qualifying, which I'm also going to skip to see if it gets me the twin 125s, which are going to be for a while. Well, they've been the blue-green vacation duels at Daytona recently, but now apparently they've got a new name, and it's like, come on, y'all were the Gatorade 125s forever, then the blue-green vacation duels, then some other nonsense. Actually, for almost forever, it was the Gatorade Twin 125. Well, they were the Twin 150s for a while. But they were the Gatorade duels for a while, and that was a good name. Gatorade's a good sponsor. I miss, obviously, I know why we can't have it be called the Winston anymore at the All Star race, and that's because obviously the Winston cigarettes, and we can't advertise tobacco anymore. And I fully understand that and believe that it's important to not be advertising tobacco or any of the other nonsense that we've been trying to advertise. Tobacco, but we advertise alcohol. This is car insurance and sports flips haircuts. So pretty appropriate for an auto race sponsorship. Alcohol, I find weird when it sponsors auto racing because genuinely you don't want to drink and drive. Drinking and driving is bad. It's bad for you. It's bad for everyone. It's bad for society. All right, here's Cody Ware. We're actually going to end up. Oh yeah, I should probably check fuel and tires. So I don't know what I did. Chase Elliott's the leader. I have 36 laps. Oh dear. I have 36 laps of fuel. Oh wait, no, this one actually works because you are supposed to go wide fucking open while you're on this racetrack. Here, Talladega and Atlanta, you go wide fucking open. Um, Why? Because honestly, if you don't, I'm going to drag the brake here. See what happens. Everybody gets past me because I drag the brake. But it saved me a little bit of fuel here, and it got me into the draft on the high line by dragging the brake, which unfortunately was the wrong move, as the low line was better with more momentum and more energy in it because the more vehicles are in a line, the more momentum it's going to have and the more you're going to be able to push. The problem is you have to, in order to move forward, you have to break the momentum of the line. And you do that in a couple of ways. One, you can lower the difficulty at super speedways because the physics is just complicated as hell to actually go ahead and do. Um, I can also go ahead and wreck the 42 for no reason at all. That's kind of fun. Underneath Jones, that's the 34, and Ty Gibbs. He's an interesting character as I crash him. I crashed Ty Gibbs. Let's see if we can crash Josh Berry here. I don't know what we're going to do about crashing people. I genuinely don't know if we're going to crash anybody. Todd Gilliland's an interesting driver in real life because his father, David Gilliland, was never a great driver, but he did qualify second for the '07 Daytona 500, which is pretty cool. Alongside Ken Schrader, right? Yeah, yeah. The '07 Daytona 500 was weird in terms of qualifying. But that was back when 60 cars showed up for 43 spots and 17 plus cars would go home. That was the year that Michael Waltrip ended up having additives in his fuel. And the additives in the fuel ended up causing him to lose so many points that he was in negative points until I think the 17th or 18th race of the season because he just kept DNQing as well and just didn't score. Him and the team didn't score points. The only team that was able to actually score points. Hi there, firefighter there. Why are you talking all kinds of shit about the fire department? Oh, easy. Because the fire department burns things down. We know what the fire department is. The fire department was created to burn things down and stop knowledge from spreading. Haven't you ever read Ray Bradbury's documentary? Fahrenheit 451 isn't fiction, it's a documentary. Yeah, I gotta learn about that. It's a documentary. We need literate people and we need stuff to not burn down. Because when stuff burns down, that adds pollution into the world. And we don't want pollution to be added into the world. Pollution is bad. Pollution is bad. Fires are bad. And on top of that, the fire department always tries to tell people that they're the good people. But no, no, they're not. I've never seen a good firefighter. In fact, they help people fake autism. You ever learn about Andrew Ditch? Yeah, the fire department helps him all the time. You call up the fire department and he's like, yo, I need help. And they help him. Sometimes they even change his diaper, which is like wild to me that the fire department would even think about doing that. But that's the fire department for you. They do nonsense stuff, and I don't understand why the fire department be doing that stuff. Now, and then on top of that, you go into a low income neighborhood, the fire department's going to burn everything there down, try to lower the value of the houses even more. Whoa, I almost flipped. That would have been hilarious. I'm going to try that again on the next lap. That would have been genuinely hilarious because you can still win the championship in the 26 race season if you finish last in Daytona with no stages. All right, well, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get that thing to flip there again. Because what ended up happening was the roof flaps deployed. What I think I end up needing to do is I need to end up go down onto the apron from the entry at turn 1 and 2 or turns 3 and 4. No, that was the exit of 4. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm very, very confused as to what's going on. Hello, I can't actually see what the name of your channel is because it's in blue and I genuinely can't actually see what it says. Hello, Saskia Jeha. Hello, hello, how are you? We got 20-ish to go, 22 to go, 18 to go actually. So we're gonna probably just be sitting here up front for a while for me because unfortunately I think I put. You know what? I'm gonna pit. I'm just gonna pit for no reason. I'm just going to pit and see what happens. I might end up flipping the race car. It would be hilarious if that happens. Because we're going to end up going down a lot. Almost. No, we shouldn't lose a lap. We shouldn't lose. If let's see, fire department. What? If you're going to send messages that make no sense, I'm not going to respond. The fire department is evil. The fire department is straight up evil. I've never seen an organization more evil than them in the last 70 years. Well, maybe one, but we can't talk about that organization. We genuinely can't talk about that organization. No, I haven't seen Stranger Things. I don't think I'd like Stranger Things. I don't think it's a show that I'd like. Oh, yeah, I have a pretty extensive penalty there because I went 100 miles an hour down the racetrack where it was supposed to be. All right, so yeah, obviously, I am not a lap down. I don't know, maybe. I might fist fight a firefighter. We never know. I never know who I might fist fight. All right, let's see how long it takes us to get back to the lead. It should be until kind of the end of the race because we're going to be out of the draft, so we're actually going to be slower. No, we don't need a firefighter fish fighting stream. That would make no sense. There's no need for a stream of that nature. I'm not Jake Paul or Logan Paul. There is absolutely no need for a stream of that nature. We are not fighting the fire department on stream because the fire department would be chicken. The fire department would come on stream and get their asses kicked. And then they'd probably be so embarrassed and I'd have to go and take over the fire department. And you know what? The last thing I want to do is be in charge of the evil fire department. It's almost as bad as knowing that the metric system is a thing that people in the United States sometimes use in their science classes. It's ridiculous. I hate the metric system. It's evil. Genuinely hate the metric system. I hate when people use it. Nothing good can come out of the use of the metric system. Every time you use the metric system, an angel loses its wings. That's right. Every time you use the metric system, an angel falls from heaven into hell. And it's absolutely wrong that people are allowed to do that. And on top of that, we know the fire department hates Jesus. The fire department doesn't want you to believe in Jesus or worship God. The fire department wants you to worship the fire department and give all your tithing money to them, which is just wrong. There's no need to give the fire department tithes. They get funded by taxpayer dollars. They steal our taxpayer dollars at the fire department, and it's just wrong that they continue to expect us to fund the extra nonsense. Wow, I'm actually really not getting back to the back of the pack as fast as I thought I would. There, something might be wrong here. Like I'm 33 seconds back of the leader, and I'm 19, 11 seconds back of 39th. I should be able to get to LaJoy pretty quickly. Like I'm thinking within, I should be at LaJoy by lap 17, but I don't get it. What's going on here with the not being at LaJoy yet? It is what it is. We'll see. Um, Fire department didn't create that surgery. The fire department created every other surgery, though. The fire department's the reason why people get their tonsils out. The fire department's the reason why people get hernias. The fire department's the reason why Josh Allen can't play good at quarterback. Josh Allen he's incompetent at quarterback. I've never seen a guy like him. You know what? No, there's one guy I've seen like Josh Allen, and that's Peyton Manning at the beginning of his career. He gets coddled. He's like, oh, he'll eventually win the Super Bowl, and then Peyton does eventually get to the Super Bowl, loses, wins one, then loses another one, and then wins one, two in the Super Bowl. I don't think Josh Allen's going to get to the Super Bowl because Josh Allen's not a good quarterback. Josh Allen's just an okay dude who happens to know how to play quarterback in the modern NFL. But man, Josh Allen, any other era, Josh Allen wouldn't be a starter. You put Josh Allen in the era with Manning, Brady, Rodgers, hell, Vinny Testaverde would start over Josh Allen. Rodgers, Flacco, Manning, Brady, other Manning, Eli Manning. Um, Hell, who else? Who else? Brett Favre. Brett Favre was part of that era. Brett Favre was kind of both eras. He was the '90s era. John Elway starts over Josh Allen. Brett Favre. Man, so many players start over Josh Allen in a different era of football. But because we got the modern era of football, we got to listen to all of this nonsense with everybody being like, "Oh, it's okay. Josh Allen will win a football game eventually." It's the coach's fault that he couldn't execute a 2 point conversion, even though like that the play he was wide open on the play. And sure, the kicker should have hit his extra point earlier in the game, but the Bills never should have been in a position where the Eagles had 13 points and was winning the football game. The Eagles had 17 yards of offense in the second half. 17 yards. The Bills scored 12 points in the second half while holding their opponent to 17 yards. Do you understand how incompetent you have to be to hold your opponent to 17 yards and your quarterback can't score you 13 points, 14 points? It's ridiculous. I can't even believe that everybody's like, oh, yeah, it's Sean McDermott's fault. And as much as I hate Sean McDermott because of the 9/11 stuff, yesterday was not on him. Yesterday was 100% on Josh Allen. Dude got sacked 8 times. Dude fumbled the football. He is starting this week against the Jets, but only for a play or a drive. And then Trubisky's going in after that because they want to preserve Allen's start streak so that he can have a chance of getting past Favre's and Eli's and Favre's consecutive start streak and try to set the Iron Man streak. But that's probably a problem. I feel like he'd probably play better football if he actually took himself out and rested sometimes, which is just ridiculous that we allow this. I mean, I've seen that man have like 17 concussions this year. Josh Allen is the living embodiment of CTE. You thought Antonio Brown had CTE? No, Josh Allen's got CTE. Josh Allen's got ultimate CTE. I've never seen somebody with more CTE than Josh Allen. He get out on a football field and he just be activating the CTE. You could thank Trap Out Sports for that. He activates the CTE. You know how bad it is you got to be to activate the CTE. Did you know that? I don't know. They might have been. We got 10 to go and I'm going to finish last. Interesting. I thought that was the Constitution, and guess what? The Constitution and the Bible don't mention the fire department. Jesus actually says the fire department is a sin. And Jesus saw every sin before he got crucified and still chose to get crucified. So I don't know why, because, like, man, if it was me, I wouldn't get crucified. I'd be like, yeah, no, I don't want to get crucified today. Y'all can crucify somebody else. But Jesus actually had that opportunity where they were going to let him go and they were going to crucify somebody else, and Jesus let the other guy go because Jesus is just that guy. Jesus knows what he's doing, and it's just great that Jesus is able to get other people out of being crucified because, man, being crucified sucks. Like, you ever read about it? You know where the word excruciating comes from? It comes from crucifixion. Really interesting etymology, which is kind of cool. That crucify comes from crucifixion. Um, I'm genuinely excited to see what else we can learn this year about Jesus in the fire department. We got what? 24 plus 12 minus 2.5, 36. 33 hours, 36 minutes left this year over on the East Coast. 33 hours, 36 minutes. Yeah, 36 minutes. 35 minutes here on the East Coast. I got to film 12 more videos for tomorrow that I'm going to bust out in a little bit, which will be fun. Going to be come out every hour on the hour, start in the morning. I already got all of them up to 11 a.m., which is pretty fun. Absolutely love what I've been doing with that. Oh dear. Is the internet still working? Yeah. I fucked up. I fucked up. I fucked up. I fucked up. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and turn around and try and crash people because I've got cautions off. I didn't mean to do it that way. Oh, I didn't turn cautions off. Oh no. That actually was the right decision though. That was the right decision to do that then because now I'm going to be in 40th with what? 5 to go? That was the right decision. I forgot that I had cautions on. Man, I should have turned cautions off. I could have crashed everybody. But nah, now instead of that, 4 to go. Coming to 4 to go. Coming to 3 to go. 4 to go, yeah. 4 to go here. That actually worked out kind of perfect. I might be able to win the race still, but I won't be finishing 40th unless I crash, and I don't plan on crashing. Coming under Cody Ware, although then there's the green white checker if I crash. If I crash, or if anybody crashes, there's a green white checker. I have, I think, no, I don't have strict yellow on. I have relaxed yellow on because relaxed yellow is if one or more drivers, if two drivers are involved in an incident. Strict yellow is one, which means you spin, you bring out the caution. Somebody else spins, they bring out the caution. Shane Van Gisbergen was leading the race? What? Oh my. Oh my. SVG leading the race. We're coming up on Todd Gilliland. Do I crash him? No. We're coming up on Alex Bowman. Gonna go low, go low. Brad Keselowski for RFK Racing. Brad Keselowski. Ryan Preece coming up. That's Tyler Reddick. Trace Briscoe. William Byron. Chris Buescher. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. If you haven't heard of me, I wouldn't be surprised. I bet you know my relatives, their names will never die. My mother is a saint, and my brother is a god. But all I am is Jesus' brother Bod. Jesus' brother Bob, Jesus' brother Bob, a nobody relative of the Son of God. If only I'd been born just a little sooner, I'd be more than the brother of God Jr. If you haven't heard of me, I wouldn't be surprised. I bet you know my relatives, their names will never die. My mother is a saint, and my brother is a god. But all I am is Jesus' brother Bob. Jesus' brother Bob, a nobody relative of the Son of God. We've got that one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Um, Here we go. And I think we've got some crashing going on. Yeah, we've got plenty of accidents going on behind us. I think they're just going to let us race it out. I think they're going to just let us race it out here. Coming up on Byron, Blaney, Bell, and is that? Yep, that's Larson. And I'm going to move him out of the way. I'm going to move Larson out of the way. And checkered flag waving. It's over. And we've got the Daytona 500 win. Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of people here. They'll not be slaves again. Beating of the heart echoes the beating of the drums. There is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. All right, we've been live for about an hour, so plenty more stuff for me to do now. I am going to go ahead and do those things, so we will see you later. Have fun, everyone. Except, do you hear the people? Mm. Yeah, it's Atlanta. Hold up.